Hello again, welcome back to this second episode of my FUT Champions weekend. We had a really strong start in the first couple of games, winning 3 of 3. We had that one change for the Zlatan Ibrahimovic card, swapping out with this Harry Kane. Good decision in the end, Harry Kane scoring 6 on his debut for us. This episode is going to have a lot more games, really get us deep into the FUT Champions weekend, and we'll see if we fare as strongly as we did in the first episode. Okay, so I'll get straight into the gameplay first of all, and I'll probably follow a little similar trend as to what the last video entailed of talking about the gameplay to start with, but I've got a couple of things that I do want to talk about a little bit later on, because I've got some good examples of things like that crop up throughout the games. But we'll start us off here. We get Harry Kane, gets an incredibly fortunate goal off Kyle Walker's arse into the back of the net, 2-0 in the second game. We're continuing a good form from last time out, starting off strong again. Kane, beautiful hold-up play, plays Hazard in. Again, very fortunate with a tackle there. Hazard slots it in, 3-0. Deep into the second half, looking like we're running away with it once more. And then Mane, I love Mane for this sort of run, just darting and diving. Defence don't really know whether to stand off him or to close him down, and he just makes it 4. And then Kyle Walker pops up with a very rare goal here. Nice header from a corner. And that's 5-0. That's the 4th game in the bag. Very dominant again, and much the same for this game. Again, I'm useless at starting the recording when I need to, so that's only going to come with time. But Pogba whips the corner in. Hazard puts it away. We're 3-1 up in this game already. 2 corner goals, which I very rarely score from corners, so I'm surprised by this. But again, Mane, these little runs, beautiful turn there, and just puts it past Schmeichel. 4-1, and this guy eventually has enough. Gameplay goes on a little bit longer, but then we get the pause, and he quits the game at 4-1. 5th win puts us into silver, because obviously being on the PC, requirements are a little bit lower for each bracket you need. I'm just going to talk about a little bit of the FUT Champions in the PC now, because I tend to think that 40 games, if I was trying to squeeze 40 games in over a weekend, that would just absolutely kill the game off for me. But I find 25 just the perfect amount. It gives me plenty of time, not only to play FIFA, but just to do anything else that I want to do over my weekend. It's still a bit of a chore. You still got to average about 8 games if it's over a 3-day weekend. They extended this one, but this one's a rarity. I don't think it's going to go to 4 permanently. But we get a penalty here. Smalling gets sent off as well, which is always satisfying seeing him walk off the pitch. Hazard puts it away, and again another pretty straightforward win. We're running down into the 90th minute now, and I just love doing that to Mane. And 3-0, another win to put into the bag. I do apologise for dabbing there. There's no need for it. I'm already 3-0 up. But that's just the sort of guy I am. Again, 6th win, 6 out of 6, not too bad. And these next couple of clips I'm just going to keep short, because again I've started the recording late. Kante plays Kane in, puts it in for the 2nd goal. Pogba into Mane, nice run off the ball, and a simple finish to make it 3-0 right towards the end of the game. That's how the game finished, and we actually managed to capture the team that we play against this time. So I'm getting better at this. I'll just bear with me, I will get there. We're taking early lead in the game. Hazard puts us 1-0 up within inside 10 minutes. We double it with Dele Alli running through, putting us 2-0 up. We managed to keep the lead until half time, but then I managed to give away this penalty here. Salah running through, Alonso sticks a leg out and he's brought down. And these sort of penalties, I just can't seem to read. When they take a straight run up and he's darting about all over the place, don't know where he's putting his stick, but he puts it past De Gea and he dabs against me. So a bit of payback there for me, but I managed to keep hold of the lead. 2-1 victory, and we're into silver 1. And as a matter of fact, you forget everything about what I said about them getting better recording it. I actually forget to record the entirety of the next game. We got the win though, and I see this next team for the 11th game, and I'm thinking fuck, because I see that Suarez card every time I come against it. I seem to struggle, but it just didn't seem to happen this game. I score a virtually identical goal with Hazard again inside 10 minutes, puts us 1-0 up. Good start to the game again, but my opponent again from a corner. I only seem to be conceding this weekend from, or I did at least concede from set pieces that are just failed to clear, and that penalty in the last game obviously, but he equalises there. But we do manage to get back in front just after half time. Hazard again, he's come up massive the past couple of games for us, slots us into the lead, and then a little bit later on Hazard completes his hat-trick for this game, puts us 3-1 up. My opponent did get a goal back later on in the game, but by that point the game was already won, and that puts us into goal now. So you know that his things are going to get a little bit difficult soon, and that's pretty much exactly what it does. This next game, again, it's that Suarez card that I do tend to struggle with. Shrugs off Reed there and puts it past De Gea, and I think that's the first time I've gone behind in the game, and it just carries on here. Suarez, this is what I mean about not knowing what to spend. It just spanks it top corner. Nothing I can do about that. It's looking very bad here, but make a couple of changes here. Martial comes in, and I love bringing him on. Last 20 minutes with that pace, just running at tired legs in the defence. It causes absolute nightmares in the latter stages of games. And I know I got very fortunate here. Mane plays it into Martial. It's the last minute, and we equalise it. Take it to extra time, and I did not deserve it this game at all. But you could tell my opponent's probably a little bit tilted after that. Not long into extra time, I go through. Kane puts it in. Little deflection off Smalling, and he's gone. And I don't blame him, because look at these stats in a second. He absolutely dominated me. I had 3 shots and I've scored all 3. But then in this game I get the exact same thing done to me. I absolutely dominate the game. He scores early on, but from that point onwards I am in control of the game. I'm getting all the shots away. He gets a breakaway here with Willian, and he just buries it top corner on his weak foot. It was just one of these games where you can't do anything. Every shot seems to be saved, and you just can't seem to make a breakthrough. You can see I watched the replay here. I'm trying to pause it. I'm doing anything I can just to get back into it, because I'm tilted at this point. And this is just a bit of a meaningless goal here. Ibrahimovic makes it 2-1, last 5 minutes. I'm probably in with a chance, but I'm not going to get as lucky as I did in the last game. And we actually go down and lose 2-1. First loss of the weekend league, just gone there. So just look at the stats though. I've had 11 shots, 7 on target. He's had the 1 shot and somehow scored 2. And after that game and seeing that sort of team, you just think the worst. But we see here we get massive amount of fortune there. Bounces off Koulibaly into the top corner. We double our lead with Kane here. Finish off the post, puts it away. We go back and forth then with Mertens, pulling one back almost instantly. Into the second half, we get the 2-goal lead back. Kane puts us 3-1 up, but straight from the kick-off, he gets Dybala in, and he smashes that in. Not long after that either, 9-goal and plays in Higuain, and he puts that away. And I feel like everything is just going against me here again. But then all of the bad luck from last game just seems to come all at once here. Just look at the state of that. Martial bounces off the post, back to Mane, and unsurprisingly he quits. So more importantly, back into the win column. Fairly good performance all around despite all the lead changes. Puts us into goal 2, and we move on to the next game. Here we see Pogba bursting through the midfield, gets us into the lead early on again, and this game is a lot more comfortable than the past couple. Keeper makes a mistake here. Hazard running at the defender, squares it across. Kane doesn't want it, but Mane puts it away. So 2-0. We actually win this game. Finishes as the score you see there, 2-0. And that's actually the final game we're going to put into this video. It puts us on 14 wins, 1 loss, and we'll get into the stats. So another really dominant episode overall. We had a couple of scares, but really solid again. Player of this episode has to be Eden Hazard, the player of the month card. He's scoring freely, really important goals as well. Puts us into goal 2 currently, and we're predicted to finish in Elite 1. I'd be absolutely made up if we get to Elite 1. I usually hover about Elite, the lower levels of things, but if we can keep this form up, who knows where we'll end up. So we'll get into the last couple of games in the next episode. This is all done for today, so thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.